Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
How are you? I'm great.
Oh, your cat is so cute.
Yeah. I mean, she wanted hugs till now and psycho. Psycha.
Oh, so cool
But it
and
comes from
cute.
psycho. Like,
Mm.
yeah, no, she was like this all the time on the couch up until now. And then I was like, I'll just hold her.
And you are also a hero because it's 11 p.m. and
Oh,
you
it's
are
10 p.m. at my place.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Wait, wait. Do you live in Moldova?
No. I
No,
live in Paris. I mean, nearby Paris, France.
really.
Yes.
Wow. But you are Moldovan,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you
I
you
was
just
born. I lived for my first 20 years there, and then moved to France.
oh. Because I was thinking about yeah, you live in Moldova, and I think it's 1 hour later, so I was like, oh my god, 11 p.m.
Mhm. That's okay.
Almost 1 month passed since the Moldovan selection, and
Yeah,
wow,
3 weeks. Yes.
and and that means that you can speak fluently in French, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Why? Where are you from?
I'm from Hungary.
Oh, okay, so you were the time with
Yeah,
Romania.
yeah. Have you been in Hungary?
No. I mean, yes, but no. When I was like, I don't know, 13 or something like that, with kids to the. No, I think no, it was Bulgaria. No, 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 no. It was Bulgaria. Sorry.
That's another
I was like to
country.
the beach and everything, and then I was like, that's it was in Bulgaria.
Wow. And in which countries have you been?
No, I know that the last time I counted it was over 20, but I don't remember.
Wow, a lot of
But
countries.
I did add two more countries last year. I added Vietnam. It was my first time out of like Asia.
Ooh.
So it was Vietnam and I mean it was not really the country, but it was Abu Dhabi in the
United Arab
Emirates. Yeah,
Emirates. Yeah.
yeah, it was there. But I don't know. But I did a lot of school trips as a student. Like
Mm.
I don't you know you when you take a I mean it's not that common. True. I mean I guess now it is, but it's not that common in Eastern Europe. But 10 years ago, because I finished. I mean I started university 13 years ago or 14, so I'm old. So
But you
I
don't
used to.
look so old. You
Thank
look like,
you.
I don't know, 20, 23 or 24.
And I used to do a lot of Flixbus. You know, when you take a bus and you sleep on the bus and then
Yeah.
you don't have money for a hotel. Well, that was my case. But that's how I traveled a lot before. And then, well, I started to work, so things changed.
But you grew up in Moldova, and then later you
Yeah.
moved to
Yeah.
France. And why
Yeah.
France?
Because I was naive. You know, I mean, how old are you? Because
Mm,
you look young too.
guess the tip.
I would say 25, but maybe
25.
less. But
No, yeah, I'm younger.
yeah. Okay. I know that men like it when you say they look older. So I was like,
Yeah, yeah. Some of my friends say I look like 30, and why? I'm 23.
okay. Okay. So I
Yeah.
was right, like 23, something, 24.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. How did you start your musician career?
Be honest, actually, it's funny because I posted today my story, but I did posted it in Romanian because I'm trying to build up a little bit more of the Romanian, when I mean say Romanian, I mean Moldovan as well, Romanian speaking
Mhm.
community. Though I will get back to English or mix with English at some point. Posted today my story. I was just depressed. I was just depressed, and I was writing songs on the train on my way to school. I
Wow.
was singing as a child, that's true. I was singing all the time, but I really started. The first song that I ever wrote was at 20 years old. So I really started pretty
Ooh.
late compared to other people.
Yeah, and was your dream being a musician?
Yeah, I
Mm.
wanted to sing all the time. I just did not know that I could write songs.
Mm. And how did you choose later architecture?
architecture. It's funny. Um, uh, actually, it was sort of chosen for me. I was 12 years old, and I was 10, but I was playing Sims. There's a game with houses and
Yeah,
people,
I know
and I was
it.
playing that, and it was our first computer. And for some reason, my parents decided that if I do houses and Sims, then I might be an architect. But it was Eastern Europe 15 years, or actually way more, not 15 years. It was like 18, 19 years ago. Yeah, when that was sort of decided. I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. And they were like, oh, you also build houses for birds? Because I was building out of wood, like couches for birds, but they don't sit down. So it was kind of decided like that. I was not happy in the beginning with the studies that with the field that I chose, but I have to say that I don't think it was the worst that could happen to me because I'm pretty good at it. So
So you chose the
worked
perfect.
out. Yeah, I guess so. At the moment, it's okay, but I maybe I would choose something else
Mm,
if I were to redo my studies. But at the same time, I don't know what because I already did that work of going into different fields and trying to understand what else I could have done. At least so I know what I could have, because you never know when you can change. I had well, I was quite depressed for many years, and
mm.
I was like, maybe the field will help. And
And
then I tried, and then I came back to architecture happily because I was like, that field sucks. I don't like it. I miss architecture. So that's how I understood that it was not the field that I was in that was the problem. It was here.
mhm. And didn't you want to study music, for example?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but my parents, it was like, you either do architecture, but we're not going to finance your studies.
Mhm.
We're not going to support you. And yeah.
Yeah, and it's also difficult because I don't know, for example, in Moldova, are there any university with music faculties, for example?
There are, but I studied in France.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said that they wouldn't have supported me because yes, I did support myself a lot later, like financially, but the first year it was them mainly, and they wouldn't have supported me doing music because it's more like a hobby, and I understand why they didn't support me. And to be honest, at that time, I don't think I showed necessarily signs of being very good at songwriting or something. I did do some like very very small appearances in public, but it's like kids singing at their school once.
Mm.
So, but
And
they knew that I loved it.
and I saw that you wrote lots of songs in Romanian or in Moldovan. I don't know, there are there any differences between the countries or the language?
Hmm.
I saw that in the last year you were in the Una Voce per San Marino because me and my band were also in that competition.
No.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, because Hungary isn't in the Eurovision, and we saw that opportunity, so we wanted to apply. And yeah, I remember that I was scrolling your Instagram, and I was like, I found a post, and you wrote a lot about that submarine selection, and I was like, wow. And later I googled your name in the casting, but I don't know that you qualified for the semifinal or not.
I did. I went for the semifinal, but I was not chosen in the last 10.
Mm. Yeah, it was absolutely difficult. I think there were
Yeah.
more than 100 songs last year, so yeah, it was
Mhm.
absolutely difficult. So okay, I will correct myself. So when I checked your profile, I didn't find lots of songs in English, but maybe if I'm wrong. Do you like writing songs more in English or more in Romanian?
Oh, definitely, I prefer English.
Mm,
I mean, it's difficult to say because I write better lyrics, much better lyrics in Romanian. But I write better melodies in English because it's just more melodical and you can la like that. And it's easier to sing.
but when you wrote Valerian Steel, I think it it has a Romanian part. Why did
Yeah.
you decide that you wanted to write a, a part in Romanian?
Because it's Eurovision. Last year it was the only year where I did not mix English and Romanian. But in general, I actually I'm sabotaging myself right now. But as a guideline, I prefer when the songs are in the language of the country, even if there's been a lot of good songs that haven't been in even I wrote myself only in English last year.
Mm. And
So
and when did you decide that you want to apply to the Moldovan selection?
it was last minute.
Wow.
Okay, so this year I was like, I'm not gonna participate again because I would need to have a fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Because last year I was the public's favorite on the app and all that, and I think I had one of the best songs, if not the best. I can't say if the best, but one of the best, at least voted and views and everything. And then I got disqualified for being late. Long story. I shouldn't have been, but doesn't matter. I realized that if I had I been a famous singer, they wouldn't have disqualified me for that. And then I realized that I'm never gonna get anywhere as long as I don't have a community.
Mm.
And then I decided I'm not gonna do anything because I have quite a lot of songs produced. I told you about that before.
Yeah.
Um, but I have to release them and I have to post and post and post. Sadly, I don't really have the time. I'm doing my best, the best I can at the moment to post. And when I saw Arena, like the finalists will perform at the Arena, like light bulb. Oh my God, I could sing it. What if I get to sing it in an arena? And funny enough, the producer that did Satoshi
Mm.
is my producer as well. We have the same guy.
Oh wow.
And I called him and I'm like, but he didn't tell me. And I'm like, I really want to sing into an arena. Can I come again back to Moldova and we can do the song? And he's like, okay, are you planning to win this year? Or yeah, or you just want to do the arena? And I'm like, I don't think I can win. There's every year there's a celebrity, so I'm not gonna win. I just want to perform into an arena. And he's like, look, the cards are not out there yet. Like nobody knows in the end who's gonna win. But I'm telling you, there's a huge, like it's a god on earth that will participate this year. He has a huge following, so just take that into account. Like the amount of effort that you're gonna put into all this, you should like quantify it whether it's worth it or not. And I'm like, oh, don't matter. But I thought it would be like, I don't know, Pasha Parfeni or some smaller celebrity in our home country. I never would I think it's Satoshi. And when I saw the list, because he didn't tell me until like literally until everything was
Mm.
official. 'Cause he's very good at keeping secrets. And that's I was like, why didn't you freaking tell me? I would not pay all this way.
Yeah,
And he laughed.
and I was watching this year's selection, and I was also happy because when I listened all the songs, I think I haven't known any of the artists. And last year Moldova was cancelled because of the quality of the songs that I didn't understand, because this country has a lot of famous artists like Sunstroke Project or the other Eurovision artist who you said. And yeah, I was really happy to meet new artists and new people. So and it was a really quality show, I think.
I believe that the withdrawal is working, has worked against them. I believe that the withdrawal of Moldova worked against Moldova's organizers. I mean, Moldova Eurovision organizers, because every year they say we send the guy who's most, well, the girl who's most famous, because it's the best song, blah, 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 blah. Of course, there's always good artists, but we just don't have anything to choose from. And last year there was no celebrity and they canceled. So it was like proof that they're never going to choose a not famous artist. Like
Yeah.
if it's not famous, then we just cancel. So, but this year is like I was last year. My bio was inspired by Satoshi. Come, so I was like,
And in this selection, which were your favorite songs?
Satoshi.
Oh, it's a huge banger.
Yes. Oh, yes. I think I hurt my feet by jumping on his song in the final.
And do you think that he could win the Eurovision?
Okay, you know what? This is a secret. I mean, this is a thought in my head that I have this hope, but the thought is that he's going to be top three, top five, I
Mm-hmm.
think for sure. Top three, very likely, and kind of have I have hopes and believe that he will win Eurovision. And I'm not saying that just because I like him, but I'm saying that politically as well. I think that all the odds are in his favor, in all honesty.
Wow.
Our president was named for a Nobel Peace Prize. Uh, the European Union gives us a lot of, I'm not saying discounts, but favors for us
Mm-hmm.
to enter the EU. Starting January this year, we can call freely with no tax
Wow.
into the European Union. So they're treating us almost like a European Union country. The fact that he yells Moldova, Europa, even if it is completely about something else, but there's that second interpretation of it, which will be praised. And that's just politically. But I think that because of the war and because of, I don't know, all the sympathy of Ukraine and all that, because we were the next target, I think we have a lot of chances to be like top three, but also to win.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it makes sense to pick him because it would be at least earned. Because there's been years where we definitely wouldn't have deserved to win, but this year is like the guy has energy. He's almost as good as Imagine Dragons' Dan Reynolds, the
Mm-hmm.
guy. Like
Yeah.
I think he has that same energy. Oh, not necessarily the same, but similar energy, which is quite rare. Like you can see him from miles away, and he's very different even amongst Eurovision artists. Like you see the guy standing there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have a lot of chances.
And I think the televote will or the viewers will vote a lot for him. But I think it only depends on the jury because they don't like these kind of songs, I think.
They don't know good music.
I totally agree.
I mean, I think it's for the young. It's true that my parents don't like the song. For example, they were like, "Why don't you?" Because in the beginning, I was like, "I don't even know why I registered Valerian Steel in this year because I think it's a good song. I mean, good chorus as well, at least." And I'm like, but with Satoshi, like, I not only I will not qualify, I will be like last or something. Well, last. I thought I would be numbered 9 or 10 for some reason. I did not expect I would be that low. They don't like Satoshi's song, and I realize that statistically, which is funny statistics, but the older people that I spoke to, they all dislike the song, and the younger generation is crazy about it. So I think it's a generational issue.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you said that you were in the Moldovan selection earlier. How many songs or with how many songs did you apply earlier?
Actually, this is my fourth participation in the
Mm-hmm.
Eurovision in Moldova. The first year was completely an experience. I don't experiment. I don't even want to properly talk about it. It was the first arrangement that I ever did in my entire life, and
And
I was like,
and
this
in
could go to
and in
Eurovision.
which year?
2022, and it was with the tribal song.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with. I mean, it does have actually a lot to do with what I do now, but people don't see it. I mean, I think you as a musician will notice the inspiration definitely, but people just don't see it. They're like, oh, shitty song, good song. So, but you will get it. Yeah.
And
And then I did in 2023. I submitted two songs, but mostly because one of them was for Romania, who withdrew, and the second was from Moldova, who, well, I participated. But I had a huge cold and I could not sing. And then last year, it was the only year where I was fine. I could sing, but I got disqualified.
mhm,
And this year, I was like, every year something happens. And this year, I did not take all the precautions that I should have because I installed a stair. And if you look close in the video, there's one moment where I'm almost about to fall. And I
yeah.
stood off the song. I stood with the fear of falling. And then I got out of it, and then I thought I got off of the stair, and I thought, why did I do that to myself? Because I could have just done it properly on the stage. And I was almost stamping
Mm.
on the dress because my platform shoes were huge and the dress was going under it. So I was stepping on the dress, and then you can see in the beginning in the first verse, I'm like, because I stepped on the material as well and on the stair, so it was about to fall. So I'm never gonna do that kind of experiment again. Not until I'm like famous.
And when you wrote Valerian Steel, so did you write for the Eurovision for the selection, or you just wrote that song and you were like, okay, I'd like to apply and let's see what we can do.
The melody of Valerian Steel was written 4 years ago, four plus.
Wow.
But the melody for the chorus, the melody for the verse was written about 1.5 years ago. And they did not go necessarily together. It was a Black Panther song, and it was a more tribal song as well, sensual. And I sent it to the producer. I'm like, this is the verse we're gonna do. I don't know the chorus. And then this year, I was like, the melody line for Valerian Steel really sounds like a Eurovision song, so I need to find the verse for it. And then I went for my verses ideas, and then they just kind of went together, and I was like, perfect. and, so, and then I wrote the lyrics a few days before recording the song.
What?
But I almost always do that.
Mm. And
Like I don't like writing lyrics.
what was the inspiration behind the lyrics or the message?
Oh, all the struggle that I had. And Valerian Steel, I was nicknamed Valerian Steel in like, I don't know, 10 years ago by the guys in school because of Game of Thrones, Valerian Steel. And I don't know, I was just pretty depressed. I was not smiling much. And the guys were like, Valerian Steel, come here. Why so sad today? Well, stuff like that. So it
Wow.
kind of stayed with me. And I was like, I don't own the copyright of Valerian Steel, but Valerian Steel works. So yeah, I kind of built it around it.
And and when your song was released, did you get any messages from the international Eurovision fans also?
Mm. But I had them. I had the community already a little bit of it supporting me from 2023. So they often write and they ask, "Will you participate again? Will you, etc."
Mm.
So
And and what do you think about the journey that you had um, until this moment? So, for example, what do you think what's the biggest achievement in your musician career until now?
I'm not gonna give names because I think it might be confidential. I think. But last year, after San Marino, the organizers, which is a public thing, invited me to San Remo to the festival,
Oh,
and then I sang there. And somebody offered me a contract, but it was not the best contract. Sorry if you're watching that, but you know it. But it made sense because I'm quote a nobody, like I'm not famous. So they see, I don't know, a few K followers and 300 followers on TikTok at that moment, I think. And they're like, they're not going to offer you the best contract ever because you're a nobody, in their terms at least. The fact that he wanted to support me, and he was like, I'm not gonna tell you that I will produce you or something like that. I really like what you're doing. I haven't heard that before with others. Like there's something different. It's so different that I can't put a tag on it. Like I don't know who you're trying to be. Like, are you trying to be like Billie Eilish? Are you trying to be like Imagine Dragons or like tribal, like I don't know, Nordic vibe and fighter? Like I'm not sure which direction you're going. And the fact that there are so many directions in one and it sounds good, that's why I want to support you. And that I think was, for me, it was an achievement. And then the second would be that this year I actually registered, but I withdrew within a day to Romania Eurovision
oh wow.
and in the Romania group with Valerian Steel as well. they put me with the famous names there, and I was like, I'm a nobody. But it was funny to have people put me like, oh, notable names participating, and there were like some celebrities from Romania, and then me somewhere there. And I was like, okay.
So as a Moldovan person, you can apply to the Romanian selection, or is the Romanian selection is also international?
I have the citizenship as well, Romania
Oh,
citizenship.
now I understand it. And and a question about the last year. What did you think when San Marino chose Gabri Ponte and Tutta l'Italia?
I like the song,
Mm.
and I like Andrew would ever did ever die. So he wrote that song, so I think they did the best choice.
Yeah, I felt the same, but in the meantime, I thought that yeah, he's a really famous DJ, and I think his song was the anthem of San Remo, or I don't know. So I think the musicians who qualified for the final, I think they didn't have any chance next to
No.
Gabri Ponte. Yeah, and back to to this year, I was thinking about when I was watching the show. I was thinking about the Moldovan music industry, because it seems like tiny, and I don't know how many artists and musicians the country has. But for example, if we look at these 16 songs, did you know most of the artists, or these were new artists for you also?
I knew them from Eurovision, some of them from Eurovision. I knew Katie Rain, Bacho, Diana. Well, Diana, I knew her from TikTok 2 years ago. Indeed, Moldova is a very small market. What happens with Moldova and Romania is that Moldova, most of the time, does not appreciate its artists properly. So the Moldovans go to Romania, they get praised because they usually do for some reason. Hope I mean, good for them, good for us, hopefully. And then Moldova starts to appreciate them and sort of claim them back.
Mm,
It's kind of a shame, but it truly happens. Satoshi is the only guy that I know of that was not necessarily did not have yet the chance to be praised in Romania. So he made it big before mm, Romania. I mean, he made it in Moldova before Romania.
mm,
But usually it happens usually it's the opposite. They go to Romania and then they make it big and then they come back home and they just go alternate between the countries. It's actually pretty much a marker of success. If you say, "Oh, I'm big enough so I can move to Bucharest," then it means that like okay, and you made it. Most Moldovans, their goal is to go to Bucharest because that means you made it.
mm. And have you been in Bucharest with other musician or music staffs?
I have after Eurovision Moldova like 2 days later, actually,
Mm,
but not for good reasons. My video on Instagram made made more than 1 million views. I think it's like 1.3 million views
yeah, I
just
saw
because
this.
my dress. I have to admit this was a big disappointment because I thought, wow, so it's just that easy. Like you just have to show some skin. So all the struggle, all the artistry, all the quote marketing that you have to think of. No, no, you don't do that. No, you just put a dress and then you have your parts like that. And then I'm like, come on, people.
And let's talk about the video clip. What was the inspiration behind it?
I will not do that kind of clip ever again because it was a visualizer, like more like a lyrics video, but I did not play with every word on the screen. It was a lyrics video. Because of the way I did it, it was considered a music video, and it's not because it's way too amateurish and not quality and all that. So I will not do that again.
Hmm.
No, it was a failure.
Yeah, but I got the answer, because I remember that when I was listening for the first time, I was thinking about that's an AI clip, but now I know that it wasn't.
Oh, it is AI.
Oh, Then
Oh
I
yeah,
was
all of it is
correct.
AI. Yeah, all of it is AI. I did take some of the existing images. I inserted some projects from architecture, but they disappeared as projects because AI did butcher them, which was kind of my goal as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was fully AI.
And why did you pick, or why the blue color was important for you?
Hard to say. It was both a strategy and a preference. Like in the beginning, I auditioned for The Voice Romania 2022 with the I'm Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die song. And I had to wear a blue dress. For some reason after that, I don't know why nor how, but I was like, I need to create a coherent identity, visual identity. And I'm like, I'll put my Instagram blue because I like blue. I mean, it's my favorite color. That is true. But I'm like, it was not necessarily the fact that I wanna fill my wardrobe with blue stuff. It was half a decision and half a preference, yes. Because now my car is blue, my coats are blue, and my parents are like, we can't you just wear another color? And I'm like, I can't. But I do like how it fits me. But it's a constraint because you have other clothing that is nice, interesting as well. But at the same time, like right now in an interview, I have to like appear like that. But it's not a visual identity, see?
But the color is blue always.
Yeah. I mean, I do plan on changing a little bit later, not the color, because I always will wear blue. But I think like I can mix it up. Like I can only do my lips blue. I can only do blue earrings. Like I can.
Wow.
So yeah, hair blue. I don't think I'll do it soon, but
Ooh.
you never know for a
But
video.
it would be so cool.
Yeah, I think it would fit me.
And about the rehearsals, how much time did you have, for example, for the ideas of the staging or making the rehearsals?
The ideas, to be honest, I already had them. When I write a song, most of the time I have a visual in my head. I almost start with the visual. So I knew the vibe of the song 4 or 5 years ago when I wrote it. Of course, it doesn't compare to what it became today because the part steel, Valerian steel, changed a lot in the story. So I had to do the costumes of the soldiers and all that. Metallic. We had 2 weeks I mean, 3 weeks, I guess, but more like 2 weeks to rehearse. Um, it was very well organized this year, except the part where they told us like 10 days in advance the sizes of the screens and everything. So it was a very short time to produce visuals.
Mm.
Like very, very short time. I don't know if you realize, because I did not realize, I did not know the underlines of making a show. I literally thought it would be like a week at best to rehearse, and then it turned out that 2 weeks was not enough, and I was sleep deprived and all that. I did not know it was that complicated, to be honest.
Mm. And what are your feelings after the finals? So, are you satisfied with your performance, um, or would you have changed anything?
I would not sing on a stair anymore. I would not do my hair like that because I thought that the rehearsal performance in the morning will be the one that will be sent on TV and then the concert in the evening. So I already did my hair in the morning and then it was all with gel and everything by 5 p.m. And then in the evening I could not wash my hair. It was too late. So I had this weird hair. So hair stare, nope. The visual, I did not have time. Now I would do it on Fiverr with somebody. I would not put myself through the struggle of doing the visual, like a few days. I would go on Fiverr and just take somebody that does visuals. I don't know what happened with the sound, to be honest. I really don't know what happened. Because in the rehearsals, there was a type of sound. I could not hear my backing vocals. While I was on stage, I heard the backing vocals louder than myself. That was one thing. And then it was so wet, like the wetness in the like compression, all the effects. It was so wet that in my head while I was singing, I thought that if I push it a little bit stronger on stage, it will be just fine. But it turns out it was so wet that you guys on TV, you were like, I don't know what happened. I really don't, because there's parts where I'm like, um, oh yeah, it's like I'm singing reasons begging me to stay, and live it was like reasons begging me to. I don't know why. And I was listening, and I could not watch the performance. I actually have not watched the performance fully. I just like a few seconds here because I can't. It's just so horrible.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember when I was watching the national final. Yeah, in the beginning, your voice was quieter, and I didn't understand why. So I didn't hear, like, I don't know, deep notes, but it was absolutely quiet, and I didn't
Mm.
understand why.
I don't know, but I think that's something to improve for Moldova. I think we should sing once, and then they would show us the recorded result of what will be live, and then we will at least have an idea of what improvements we can make. Because Catalina Solomac, which was another song that I really really liked, um, the girl can sing. Yes, she was stressed, blah blah blah, but actually the girl can sing because I've been following her for a few years,
Hmm.
and she can easily sing, and she already sang in public. Yes, she was a bit more stressed this time, I think, because she had the pressure of maybe she can win.
Hmm.
Mm, against Satoshi you can't, but maybe in her head, maybe that was the pressure, the support from people, and you start believing that. I don't know what happened to her vocals. I don't think they were that bad. Like, I think they were just fine, considering that maybe you and I know better how vocals can be changed with the right compression in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. And I think they were sort of fine, and with the right effects, it can pass. But people just like to hate, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and she was also quieter. I didn't understand why.
Mm, I did not notice it. I
Hmm.
think she was fine.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I think in live or watching during YouTube, it was absolutely different. Because,
Yeah.
for example, when I was listening the first song before yours, um, yeah, I think it was kind of balanced. But
Hmm.
but later there were a few songs where I barely heard the vocals, and I was like, why?
Mm. Yeah, it's true that I did receive videos, and my sister also filmed me in the arena, and I sort of liked some parts. I mean, they were decent, and then when I saw the mix on TV, I was like, shit. Yeah, I think there was a big difference. And even Catalina sounded just fine in the arena.
Mm.
But
You didn't deserve the 50th place.
yeah, but I did not deserve the top place either. I mean, one of the top place, because my performance was not really not good. Like, I know it wasn't. I'm aware of that.
Hmm.
I don't think I deserve to be 15, which is why I said I know some songs that were not necessarily memorable. But it's true that they had stage presence. I mean, they were confident, and they did not have my stress, because I was stressed. So again, it depends what you judge on. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah, and that's absolutely my personal opinion. But watching the performances, I think you didn't deserve the 15th place.
thank you.
And especially after the show, did you get other new fans from another countries, or messages about that? Yeah, I will follow you, and I will continue following your work, or something similar.
Yeah, but less
Mm-hmm.
than last year. Last year was crazy. Last year it was the first time when I had like 250 messages in one night. It was
Wow.
crazy. They were like, please apply for San Marino, please apply for San Marino. But it's true that picture of myself, that song, when I posted it on Spotify, and I did not even boost it, it was not even announced that it would be the for a song for Eurovision. It was getting like 2,500 streams a day. Spotify took it out because it said it bots, but it was from different countries and places.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that there can be bots, I know that as well, but it was like from different places and from, so I don't know, but yeah. And actually, my streams went down the day they announced Eurovision because the algorithm switched towards only Eurovision, and
Mm-hmm.
that song was not necessarily designed for Eurovision.
Mm-hmm.
So the intro and it's slow. It's more or less like this year because almost every year I know that I'm not gonna win, and I'm just thinking, okay, this can be revamped.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried to make a radio slash Eurovision song which can be transformed. Because I just don't have the community. There's no way I can win.
Mm-hmm. And talking about community, do you have any information or statistics about your listeners?
Mm? Yeah,
And
why?
which are the most not listen, but from which countries are your listeners from?
For picture of myself and rule, there was from north, like Norway, Denmark. I
Wow.
mean, more aggressive language speaking countries. Yes, it was more like that. But then for this one, I know it was Denmark as well. I don't think there was Norway. Maybe it was like top 10, but not one of the first. Germany is often amongst all of my entries. Yeah, but again, more aggressive speaking languages countries.
And in
France
France.
is like very far away. France hates my music.
And I just wanted to ask that in France, do you have any other new opportunities to, for example, working with French musicians or producers?
No.
No.
No, okay. And when I say that France hates my music, I mean it. I tried showing my music to Uber taxi. I mean, in taxi or something like that, and they literally say like that. Mm, yeah, no, my tip.
No.
And I know that France doesn't like it because there's only one song repertoire that I like. I mean, it's different from what I do, from what I write. I did not write it myself. And that's the only song that has like French, one of the top like five countries. So I know that France is not a fan of me, but it's okay.
And later, would you like to write songs in French?
Funny enough, I have two songs that are supposed to be out. One is in English, one is half in French. And like we have a saying in Moldova, if you don't want me, I want you, which is stalker attitude. So it's like, friends, here I come. I know you don't like me, but you will. But it's more designed to sound French. Even the producer, Denso, the guy that I told you that I work with, he listened to it, and I did the production myself, like 80% of it, or even more, but 80% of it I did the production myself, and he did some like touches, and he was like, "But I like it the way it is. I don't know why you changed it." I'm like, "Thank you." And I wrote that with French sounds in mind. And it's true that when I translated it in English, because I already tried, he said it just something feels off. Like this song is meant to be sung in French. So yeah.
So do you write your own music, and could you do the after work also?
Afterward, like production?
Yeah, like master mixing. No.
No, no. I only know the process. I use Reason. I know the process. As I told you, I produced this song, but it took me a year. Well, a year. It took me maybe a total of accumulated 2 weeks because I was literally following tutorials at the same time and what button and how to make that sound, and that takes a lot of time. But it was over the period of a year that I managed to produce it, and still it was not perfect. There were some drums, there were some things that I did not like about it, and Denso just took the decisions of what to take out, and he replaced the drums. like the color of the drums, which still is very similar to the original. But I don't want to waste time with that because it takes years to be skilled, and
Absolutely.
I don't see why I should do that as well because I already do visuals, I already do a lot. So why would I get that when there can be somebody else who knows the job?
Yeah, and it takes a lot of time.
Mm, yeah.
And within the Moldovan entries before, what are your favorite Moldovan entries?
Apart from Satoshi or including Satoshi?
You can mention Satoshi.
Okay. Aliona Moon.
Oh,
Um. Oh, Zdob Zdob for sure. Yeah, Zdob Zdob. They were good both years. I think Nelly Chobanu was also very good, even if it was like many years ago. But it was a good song, and it
yeah.
was representing us properly. I have to say that I kind of liked Soarele și Luna. I mean, kind of liked. I liked the song, but I kind of liked it as well for Eurovision. I don't know why it qualified that bad, but at the same time, considering the other entries, maybe it makes sense. I still think they should have gotten a higher place.
Mm,
Soarele și Luna. I think they should have qualified higher because it was like getting stuck in your head when you were listening to it. Oh yeah, and Fighting Natalia Barbu, but many years ago.
hmm Yeah, in 2005
Yeah, before
maybe.
2000.
And
Yeah.
and which was the first year when you saw Eurovision?
Okay, you're 23, I'm 33. When I was young. I'm trying to speak like an old person. This was the only entertainment show that you could see on TV. Like literally the only thing. I would not sleep the night and watch it on TV because you would not get to watch it again if you miss a song and then you missed it. And then next week in school, kids would be talking about it, and then you would be like, I went to the toilet and during that song, and I cannot ever replay it again. so, so no, it was a huge thing. I don't remember when, maybe 6, maybe 5, maybe 7, maybe 8, I don't know. The moment I had a TV, it was.
Mm. And
Yeah.
and what are your all-time Eurovision favorite songs?
Okay, go away, Shum.
Oh, yeah, that's a strong
Yes.
one.
Yes. Alessandra, Queen of Kings. I know that I had gotten this plagiarism thing on me. I was so mad. Anyway, Lorraine. To be honest, both.
Mm-hmm.
I would think Tattoo is quote better, but at the same time, if you go listen to Euphoria, then you're like, I don't know which way is better. I like both. Arcade. Um, I mean Duncan Lawrence, but
Yeah,
Arcade.
super nice
Uh,
song.
I don't know if you know. I think it's Serbia or Lithuania.
In which
I think
year?
it's Konstrakta. Biti zdrava.
Yeah, yeah. She's Serbian.
Serbia then. Okay. So what I appreciate, and I think she's one of my favorites, but it was not a winner song. It was like 17th place or something like that. I really appreciate when an artist does something original and they just don't give a shit about the consequence. And I think she was the first Eurovision participant ever to make me drop my chin. I was
Wow.
like, and I was watching, and then I watched her, and then I realized about 1 minute, I was literally like a reactioner, but it was genuine. I was not doing it for views because there was nobody viewing me, but I was literally like that. Okay, and then I realized that my saliva is like here, and I cannot move. And then I was like, okay, holy shit, she did that. I don't know if it was a good song, but it was just captivating and it struck me. And I appreciate that a lot. And I don't care if it gets classified or not, as long as it's original.
And do you remember any Hungarian Eurovision songs maybe?
No, I'm pretty sure I know them, but I don't know it's Hungry because I've already been asked about others and I don't know.
Maybe you remember in 2018 there was a rock band.
Maybe, but I don't know. But up until 2019 or 18, 19, I think, there was a few years where I did not watch Eurovision at all. I mean, I watched some like winners online, but for like 5, 6 years, I did not watch it at all.
You don't know the other contestants which were chosen in this year.
For example, in Arcade, I did not know it was a Eurovision song up until 2019 or 2020.
Mm.
Like you know the song, but you just don't know it's a Eurovision song.
Oh. And what are your plans for this year?
Grow my community, post a lot on TikTok, or at least post strategically on TikTok. Release as many songs as possible. And then there's one thing happening in March that I'm very happy about. Hopefully, will lead somewhere. And there's a guy who will film me for 2 videos, 2 songs.
Wow.
So I think I will have finally some sort of clip.
And have you been in international songwriting camps before?
No, I don't even know how that happens. If you ever hear about it, please tell me. I definitely would participate in any songwriting camp I could, small or big. I really love it. I've never did that. I only did that with a friend of mine. But I usually work solo, so I don't think I could produce anything good in it. I think I could um judge, like appreciate whether it's good or not. Oh no, let's change that. Or you no, it's better you, but not this. Oh. But me come up with something in front of people is very difficult. Super,
Mm.
super difficult. So I think I'm the best at creating melodies, like melodical lines.
Mm.
Lyrics, never would I do that. Would I ever do that? I like production a lot because I do hear a lot of songs in my head, sounds in my head, but I can't do it, so I would not serve
Mm.
anything to a team.
And do you play in any instruments?
No, no.
I can only play on guitar, so. And for the last question, I have a little game because I think I don't know any words in Romanian. For example, yeah, I just know mulțumesc, but that's
Mm-hmm.
the only
Right.
word. And that little game would be like you should say a sentence in English and you should translate it to Romanian, and I have to pronounce all the words and all the sentence, and after that I would say a sentence and I would translate it to Hungarian, and you should try to pronounce it.
Okay. One day I'll be the biggest rock star in the world.
Wow.
That's you saying it in Romanian.
I'm
Unless you don't
curious.
want to be a rock star. But I assumed you, because you said you play guitar and you're in a band, so I assumed you do rock.
Absolutely.
And you look like a rocker with hair, so
Oh,
I
thank
don't know,
you.
you give me that vibe. So, într-o zi voi fi cel mai mare rockstar din lume. That's how it sounds.
Wow. Yeah. Uh it's a bit difficult.
You can also say one day I'll be a rock star. But yeah, but the thing is like you should think that you are already one. So just saying the biggest one, that's the flex. So and that's
It's
why
okay.
you need to say it. Într-o zi,
Într-o zi
mhm, voi fi,
voi fi,
voi fi
într-o zi voi fi
cel mai mare,
cei mai mare,
cel with L, but it's okay already. You're
cel,
doing this.
cel mare,
Mai mare, yes, a rockstar
rockstar
din lume.
di, di,
Din,
din,
din, yeah,
din
lume.
lume.
Yeah. Într-o zi voi fi cel mai mare rockstar din lume.
Oh my gosh. Într-o zi it's so difficult. Once again, and într-o zi
Într-o zi voi fi
voi si
cel mai mare
ce cel mai mare
Yes. Rockstar din lume.
rockstar di lume.
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 Yeah.
Entro zi voici cel mai mare rockstar.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Once again. Entro
Yeah.
zi voici cel mai mare rockstar di lume.
Yay! Wow!
I'm 100% Moldovan, I'm sorry.
Viva Moldova!
I had an interview before you and she also picked that topic. Okay.
Okay, I'll change. Colors.
Colors. Okay. Okay.
Is there a dessert in Hungary that is blue or has blue? No, you should say something like what's the most famous dessert in Hungary? Or one famous dessert
That's a good
or dish
question.
or dish.
Oh, but maybe you know guyash.
Goulash?
Yeah.
Okay. One day I'll make blue goulash. Well, let's try.
Then egy napon kék gulyást fogok készíteni.
Oh my god. This is hard. What were the first two words?
Egy napon.
Egy napon.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Kék gulyást
Kék gulyást.
fogok
Egy napon kék gulyást fogok
készíteni.
készíteni. Oh my god. What have I gotten myself into? Wait, I forgot again. Can you please say it again?
Egy napon kék gulyást fogok készíteni.
Egy napon kék gulyást készíteni.
Almost. Egy napon egy napon kék gulyást fogok készíteni.
Egy napon kék gulyást
Fogok.
fogok. So, egy napon no. Egy napon what?
Egy napon kék gulyást.
Kék gulyást. So, egy napon kék gulyást.
You will be a Hungarian rapper.
Készíteni.
Egy napon kék
Egy napon
gulyást
kék gulyást
fogok
fogok
készíteni.
készíteni.
Yeah!
Készíteni. What does that mean?
Készíteni means to make.
To make, okay. So the verb is after the noun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, wow. Which one means blue?
Kék.
Oh, I thought that was like cake, like a cake.
Yeah, cake.
Okay. Man, I thought I like cake, make, bake. I don't know. Something close to
And
making
do you still remember for the sentence?
No.
Egy napon kék
Egy napon.
gulyást fogok
Egy napon kék gulyást, yes.
fogok készíteni.
Fogok készíteni.
And now I will write the sentence, and tomorrow you should write a song with these words.
Yes. And then do like a rap song.
Egy napon kék gulyást fogok készíteni. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot the Romanian sentence. Entro zi voici cel mai mare rockstar di lume.
Yes!
I'm sorry.
You are already a rock star just for that.
Next year I will apply to the Moldovan selection, sorry.
Please do so. And the song is on, the lyrics have to start like this. Of the chorus.
And one day I will make a blue goulash.
Please send me the picture when you do.
Those were my questions, so thank you for answering them.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you for your time once again, and keep up with the work.
Thank you. Thank you. And good
And
luck to you too. I
thank
hope you
you.
work in the future.
Thank you. Thank
You're very
you.
sweet.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.